friends, welcome to this video. So I've already filmed this video and I actually just filmed the outro. So now I'm filming the intro. Hello from the future and the past, you guys. So for this video, I'm going to be reading 3 popular thrillers to see what my thoughts are on them. And I tried to pick books that would be interesting to see and that I actually wanted to read. So that is what I did. And they're all fairly different. And I filmed myself reading them. Some of them you've already seen a review for, but some you haven't. So I'm really excited to share these books. The first book that I'll be reading is called The Housemaid by Freida McFadden. So I'm really excited to get into that. I've seen so much hype for this book and I don't know anything about it really. I just know that it follows a housemaid and that it's a thriller. So I will share my experience with it. And then the next book that I'll read is Drowning by Newman. This is a really popular thriller as well. Thriller author in general. She has 2 books out and they both intrigued me, so I wasn't sure which one I wanted to start with, but I picked Drowning. And then the last one I still have in my possession. It's The Only One Left. I always kept saying The One and Only. It's The Only One Left by Riley Sager, and this is his latest release. It came out last year in 2023, and I wanted to give it a go because I've liked some of his books in the past, but also hated some, so I was very curious where this one would land. And you will see throughout this video what my reviews are on all of these books. If you love these books, I'm so happy for you. Even if I don't love all of them, this is just me sharing my experience, and I'm not saying that you have to feel the same way that I do. And if I love some of these books, it's okay. We all have different tastes. I'm slightly more comfortable reading language than sexual content, so there will be that coming into play in this video, but I will specify when there is language or not in these books and if what the content is as well. So just so you know, I'm coming at this from my own personal reading preferences, but I will try to specify what the content is so you guys can see if they are good picks for you. And let's get into it, guys. Excited to read that first book. First update. So this is how far I am, page 64, chapter 12. I definitely don't relate to the main character, so I'm having trouble connecting to her, I guess. And then the stinking wife is nuts. The wife is actually nuts, and it's a little bit annoying to read. So I'm into it, but if it doesn't get better or get interesting, I might DNF it, we'll see. But for now, there's no language, there hasn't been anything derogatory or anything questionable. It's just the unlikable characters. I see how this would be an addicting read though, because it's definitely short chapters and it's just so mysterious. It's what is actually going on? That's how it feels. So yeah, I'm into it. Okay, hello everyone. So, update time with this book. So, chapter 51. This is crazy. So, I was not sure if I was gonna like where this book goes because the wife of the family that this girl is being the housemaid for, the perfect description is she's just nuts. She doesn't make any sense. She contradicts herself. She says random dumb things to the girl. She demands random dumb things. And she's a total slob. Plus the daughter is a total brat and super annoying. So I don't like reading about annoying people if there's no reason. But there was a reason. Okay? And I'm gonna say, so I haven't finished it yet, but it definitely is not original in what's going on here, but I feel like the execution was really good. And I haven't read a book like this in quite a while, And I can't even tell you like what other books it's similar to because it'll spoil what the twist is. But you've gotten to the twist by this point, and I like it. I'm like, what? Like the juicy, steaming hot tea. Can tea be juicy? Sure. But like, what? So I need to know, how is this girl gonna get out of this situation? Because it's looking sketchy. But she's like the perfect one to be in this situation because like the back, it says right down here, the Winchesters don't know who I really am. They don't know what I'm capable of. Okay. Bring it on. Okay. So I will say, actually up to this point, there was one like bedroom scene where it was totally fade to black. There was barely any build up, but there was a bedroom scene. Actually, there's been a couple now. There's been like three scenes where they're going off to do it, but like we're not there with them at all. It's like go to bed, wake up, and it's over. So I was totally comfortable reading it, but just so you guys know, it is in there. There's been no language yet. So yeah, I'm gonna like film myself reading this, and then we're gonna see how it wraps up, because I can't even imagine, like, because also like thinking about what the prologue is about, because the prologue is like, oh snap, like, you know, something happens. And now I'm like, how does this happen? How does the prologue, how? So yeah, because the prologue is like, I guess technically the prologue is the present, and then chapter 1 is in the past, and then works its way back up to where the prologue is. Yeah. Also, I did get a haircut. So a couple of you noticed in my Read in the New Year vlog that yes, I did get a haircut, and it feels good, like fresh locks, you know? I struggle with damaged hair, and it doesn't make any sense because like I barely put heat on my hair other than like when I curl it, which I don't curl it that often. I don't blow dry my hair, like it air dries. Okay, let's read this though. Crazy, right? You guys, this is crazy. Like, I love the direction it's going, and I'm just gonna like sit here and finish this right now. Like, what? Okay, so this is when the language starts. So there hasn't been one single swear word at all, but the F-bomb just dropped. So yeah, I mean, for good reason. Okay, the character is stressed, but still. Oh, sweet, sweet revenge, I must say. Okay, so we're back to the prologue now. We made it to the prologue. Hi everyone. I finished this book, as you saw, and I am gonna give it 4 stars. I liked it. I did enjoy myself. It took me a little bit to warm up to it, as you could see at the beginning, but it was a very exciting story. I thought that like each chapter was really fast paced. Each chapter kind of ended in a cliffhanger in a way, so it made it very readable, and like I just kind of binged the last little bit of it. And I would say there was like 2 twists. The main big one was one that, like, again, I wouldn't say it's original. And what am I meaning by that? I just mean it wasn't like crazy, but it was still, I like thrillers that like feel realistic, and it felt realistic, which is what I like. But then at the very end, there was like a little tiny little twisty twist that I felt like added to the overall story like so well, and it kind of was like, what? Like, I love that feeling of like, you can't believe that this is real. I mean, and it's not, it's in the book, but like, I just, yeah, that was really cool. And then the epilogue also has a little like, I don't know if it's a foreshadow for the next book, but just kind of like a foreshadow into what this girl's life is going to be after this situation went down. I really like the idea of it. And so, yeah, I feel like, yeah. So I think, as I said, there were 3 closed door scenes, and then there was language at the end with like F-bombs. So it happened more than once, but there weren't a ton, and it kind of like, it intensified the situation. It also was a little jarring, but like, it was exciting. So I do plan to read the next book, and I am glad that I read this. Now I know it was fun. So on to the next. So you would have seen this in my February TBR, but this is the next thriller that I want to try, Drowning by TJ Newman. And I just started it. I'm still like in the first couple of pages, but I wanted to film this clip before I got any farther. And this is like totally different than this book. Like, this is, you know, a domestic thriller. This is more like a super suspense, what's gonna happen. Like, the first page literally starts with the plane having issues. So who knows what's gonna happen, but I really hope that I like this book. So far it's going well. I will say though, on page 4, like right here, there are 2 swear words, and one of them is the F word. So just so you know, so who knows, there might be a lot more language throughout this. We shall see. I know a lot of people that have loved this book, so I feel like I could possibly like it as well. Hey guys, I forgot to mention one more thing about The Housemaid that I wanted to say. So it is kind of gory as well. It goes like in a gory direction, like some body horror type of thing. So if you're squeamish, I would also caution. It was fairly easy to skip over, but it did make me kind of go like, that's not nice to read. So just so you know. Hi guys, so I've made a lot of progress in Drowning, and I definitely have some thoughts. So it's a quick read, but I would say that like the writing is kind of difficult to read sometimes. A lot of like science and just like terminology related to the Navy and aircraft and stuff that like I don't know what they're talking about. So I do find myself skimming the parts where they're like discussing strategy of like how to save these people. And then there is a lot of language, like there's F-bombs all the time. It's not like to the point where like I'm losing enjoyment, but it also is like, I don't want to read these words. So there's that. And so right now this is feeling between a 3 and a 4 because I just would say that like the way that it's written is kind of keeping me out of the story in a way. We get a lot of perspectives from a lot of different people, and it starts like that from the very beginning. I liked there was like a flashback that I was really interested in, and that explained kind of like the main core family that you're following, like their backstory. And it's definitely fast paced, but because it switches perspectives so much, I just find that I'm like not getting attached to any one character. And I kind of just want to see how they get out and then be done with it. So yeah, it's too bad. I really think it's the writing. And then like there is a lot of language. So it feels between a 3 and a 4. It's good enough that I will keep reading, and like I mean, to be honest, it's easy to skim. It's easy to like just get to the important parts. Because even as it was going, I was like, how is this going to be a full-length book? Like, I don't know. It just feels like it's kind of drawn out a little bit. I guess clearly it's not hitting with me. That's okay. But if you like this kind of book, I see how you could like it. But again, the writing is what's taking me out of it. So whatever. Another sign that I'm like not that into it is I'm like really looking forward to reading a different book after this is done. So, you know, that's okay. I'm not sure if I'll read Falling by this author because I think it's about a heist or like a hijack. I think that's the term. I think it's about a plane hijack rather than this is just they crashed in the ocean. I could see how this would be a great audiobook. So I do wish that I had the audiobook, but I just don't. So hello everyone. I finished this book and I decided to give it 2.5 stars. Ultimately, I feel like the way that it was written, it felt drawn out. It felt like a lot of things. I mean, it's weird because like clearly every scene was meant to add suspense, which it did, but I just didn't feel connected to it, like because of the writing style. I cared about this family, but that was all that was really driving me with the story, just because of the writing. I didn't feel that connected to the characters, and there was so much language, like multiple F words on every page pretty much. So that just like, it's weird though, because like it didn't bother me in the sense that like I was liking it otherwise, because I wasn't liking it on top of there was so much language that I just was like, but I really liked the ending. I liked how it wrapped up and I thought it was well done, but it wasn't my thing. So yeah, 2.5. I think I gave it 2 on Goodreads. Anyways, interesting, right? So on to the next. So the last book in this video is The Only One Left by Riley Sager. I have seen so much hype for this book in particular that this like has become people's favorite books by him, which I'm very interested in that because I've read 3 of his books, loved 2 of them, hated 1 of them. So it's very interesting. It depends like how he takes this. This is also the large print, so it's like a big hefty book. I wanted to try this because I've just seen so much hype for it. And I know that like some of his other books have not so much hype, like Survive the Night. I know a lot of people hate that book. As far as I know, it follows this old lady who was accused of murdering her family when she was younger. And then you follow like a reporter or like a newspaper person who like writes the real story of what happened. The old lady is like, I want to tell you my story. And so she tells her what really happened. Oh, and listen here, in her 70s, Lenora was rendered mute by a series of strokes and can only communicate with Kit, the reporter, by tapping out sentences on a typewriter. One night, Lenora uses it to make an offer. I want to tell you everything. As Kit helps Lenora write about the events leading up to the Hope Family massacre, Kit starts to suspect Lenora might be far more dangerous than she first thought. Interesting. So I don't know, but I'll start it. I will check in, and this is the last book that will be in this video. I'm excited. Hello. So you guys, I'm a little on the fence if I want to read this because chapter like 1 and 2 and 3, there's like F words that like are used to mean something, and it was like really gross. If this is how it's gonna go, I don't know. I actually posted on Goodreads and someone said that it gets really good and they like encouraged me to keep reading. So I will keep reading, but it like, I mean, this isn't a 5-star. So I'm like, should I even read it though if it's not gonna be 5 stars? I don't even know if it'll be 4 stars. So like, I'm like curious just enough that I'll read a little bit more, but I'm like not attached to finishing this, and I will DNF it if needed, and like that'll be the video. It is because this is the only thriller right now that I have access to that I'm interested in, blah blah blah. I was hoping to like get some better books out of this video. I mean, The Housemaid was really fun and I have no regrets with that one. Drowning was a total letdown, and this one, we'll see if it'll be a total letdown or not. I don't know. I've just liked his books in the past, and his books, he does like to use the F word though, and I'm like, I'll read a little bit more and I will check in and we'll see if I end up finishing it or not. I'm on page 140. This is large print, so there's like 600 pages in this book. So, I mean, this is how far I am. This is gonna be the test. Like, can I DNF this? Or am I going to make myself push through? Because like I could skim it, and I am not against that. Like if you want to know my full thoughts of like how it ends, I could do that. But I'm just finding the story not gripping at all, which is so weird. Why? It's meant to be mysterious and interesting, but like maybe I'm not in the mood for it, but truly, I don't think that's what it is. It's just the story itself. I just don't feel a connection. I know I said that Kit was like a reporter. She's not. She's like a healthcare assistant. She's a home aide. I feel like I'm going to end up DNFing it, but I'll read a little bit more. Why am I doing that? You're coming on this journey with me. This is my thought process that I usually have internally, but I'm just like speaking it out loud. Like, do I... Well, that'll do it. Okay, I'll check in when I have more to update. You guys, this book, like, how many twists does one thriller need is the question. Like, if you want a twist, read this book. You won't see any of it coming. Just walk into my car and I read the book. I decided to keep reading. No, really, like, I don't know. So I finished the book, you guys, and I'm gonna talk about it. Ooh, I got a package. Dude, I got a package. Whoa. Okay, I just got home from work and the fan. It's not gonna be annoying. Came home to a package. Like the good old days. Let's just do this. Yo. Sorry about the gum. Who is it? Sebastian. Look at Sebastian, thank you very much. He sent me some books. Okay, number 1, The Friend Zone by Soraya Wilson. This is one of my favorite books that I read in 2023, and it is a sports romance, and you know what I'm gonna do. Read this again. I'm so excited because this is just like such a fun, like feel good, clean romance, and I enjoy it. So there's that. And then he got me Defend the Dawn by Bridget Kemmerer, which is a 5-star read for me. I loved the plot of this book. It was so exciting and a lot of good character work, and I can't wait to read the 3rd book. And it's like floppy kinda, so I'm happy about it. And it's like a really beautiful book. It's raised, like there's some raised parts of it that are shiny. Amazing. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. So now on to talking about this book. So you guys, I kind of just feel like what did I just read? And I don't know what I'm gonna rate this book. Like, it's either a 2 or a 3, okay? I just feel like the mystery itself wasn't interesting to me. I don't know why. And then the way that it all unfolded, you like get some reveals of who's who and who did what, and it all was so crazy. Who was involved in everything? I just thought like, oh my, what a mess. So not my favorite, definitely not my favorite. I liked it better than The House Across the Lake though, because that will forever be my most hated book by him. I'll give it 2.5. How about that? So same as Drowning. Whoops. It's true though. So I did not expect that The Housemaid would be the highest rated book in this video. I thought Drowning was gonna be a 5-star, and I thought this one might be at least 4 stars, but I just did not feel the mystery in this one. It wasn't for me. It's not for me, and that's fine. But this was really fun, I must say. Like, I really enjoyed doing this. Even though you saw me kind of like go back and forth with this book, it was still fun to experience this and film it. And I scratched my thriller itch that I had. So I need to film an intro for this video because I didn't do that. So you're gonna see me again. Well, you've already saw me again. Hello. But thank you again, Sebastian, for these books, and you guys are the best. This is so fun. This was a fun video to do. I want to try to do like themed reading vlogs like this. I just find them really fun to watch, and they're actually fun to film as well. So we'll see what comes next. I have plans and I'm excited. My goal with these videos is to find 5-star reads. I want to find those 5 stars. I want to find books that I love, and if it means I have to read some weirdo books, then that's okay. I will do it until I find those 5-star books. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope this was enjoyable for you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.